Amanda here from createyourfuture.co. So we have a special guest with us today. We have a brand new coach joining us, and Karen. Everybody meet Karen.
Hi, everyone.
Guys, so Karen has a background in counseling and she is here doing coaching with us now. So we are going to go through some success stories about how to actually change the way your body looks, how to get rid of a phobia, as well as how we manifested an old friend. Just before we dive into it, guys, I just want to let you know that we are running a contest right now. We are giving away 3 free coaching sessions with the coach of your choice. How do you enter? You just subscribe, share our videos, and then comment what you've manifested with using the law of attraction in our comment section. And we will randomly pick 3 people to give away 3 coaching sessions. So awesome when we get to 100,000 subscribers. So please share away, because the quicker we get there, the quicker we get to give these sessions away, and we want to help you guys. So awesome. Welcome, Karen.
Hi, I'm happy to be here.
And we're happy to have you. So let's go into some of those success stories we were talking about earlier on. We were talking about building belief and how sometimes not believing in the law of attraction is resistance in itself, right? So we were actually talking about all of the little manifestations that we've done with our little mini lists. And Karen actually has a great idea on how she actually had changed her mini list to actually make it suit her a bit, to help her manifest bigger things and not just little things. So yeah, do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so I think my very first list, I started doing it how most people do it, just including random mini things that are unimportant or insignificant. But then one thing I started doing was to throw in things that were a little bigger, or just random things that I did really want in between all of the insignificant things. And I think that that helped, because even while I was writing it, if I wrote, seeing a blue bird, seeing a purple elephant, and then I wrote, like, winning a large sum of money next to it, it made it seem equally insignificant as it's seen and observed next to the other ones. So it didn't, like, it created no resistance while I was writing it or even reading it with everything that was around it. So actually, that was one of the things I got with my mini manifestation list. I wrote down like winning a large sum of money, and about like a couple weeks later, I won $1,000 in a random Instagram contest. So
That is so awesome. That's like, yeah, money flows to you, right? No, that's so amazing. I know somebody actually mentioned that they wanted to have a manifestation story about an old friend. So it was funny. It was like not too long ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago, I was just talking with my mom about one of my old friends from when I was like a kid, maybe 12, 13 years old. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, I didn't talk to her in like 10 years. All of a sudden, out of the blue, she found me on Facebook and she messaged me. I have no idea how she found me, because I pretty much, don't even go on Facebook. It was odd that I even saw the message, because normally I don't check Facebook messages. Anybody out there that's ever messaged me on Facebook knows this. But for some reason, I saw hers just by fluke as a notification and in my email, which I normally don't see. And we ended up chatting, which was really, really amazing. But I think it happened so quickly for us, as we were talking earlier, that we are doing these manifestations instantly, because we don't have the resistance of not believing in the law of attraction because of the list that we've done. We've done so much work, practicing on little things, that you just start to go, well, wait a minute, if I got, this person to call me, well, what's wrong with that person?
I think also too, it's once you do more things and get more things with the list, you can kind of like level up. Like, one thing that I do too is I got even more specific with things that I wrote down on my list. And I know sometimes even when I was doing it, I was a little scared, like, oh, maybe this is too specific, but nothing is really too specific. Like I was telling you earlier, I wrote down once to win this like specific like GPS collar for my dog in a contest, because I wanted to check it out, but I didn't want to pay $150 for it because my dog destroys things. And I won it. And that was one that took a little longer, because I kept writing it, and I was like, you know what? I don't care if I got all these other specific things. If I won $1,000, how am I not, like, what does it matter with this collar? I can get anything. It doesn't matter. Another specific one I remember is, I actually had a friend that was like, oh, like manifestation, I don't know about that. I was writing my list, and she was like, write down getting a Walmart gift card, because that's extremely random. I was like, okay. So I wrote it on my list right in front of her. And about a couple weeks later, I do remember, like, I would look at that one and I was like, oh, I need that one to manifest. I need to show her that this is true. And about a couple weeks later, I won a gift card at work randomly, didn't even apply to anything.
Walmart.
And, and, and then when I got the gift card, at first I didn't even know how much the gift card was. I didn't even know where it was to, because it just said you won a gift card. And then once I got the actual gift card, it was like you could select anywhere you wanted, and Walmart was one of the options. And I showed her, look, here it is, the Walmart gift card that was so random that couldn't possibly happen. Here it is.
I know, right? It's amazing. The sum total of our lives is, what's going on in here inside of us. And that's what's projected out there. And I know sometimes it's so easy to react to things in our reality. But when we stop reacting, we can actually act and renounce. And actually, you told a really good story about that earlier, your success story with your phobia and how you got that instant manifestation because you stopped reacting, right? So can you share that? That's a really good one. I like it.
Yeah. Oh, and I think the list in itself is what's helped me get to this point too, because anytime I doubt anything, I start remembering, especially the specific things. Like if I got that, how could I not get this? It's the same thing. So at the beginning of this year, I had a lot of like needle things lined up. Like I had to get blood work done. I had to get those 2 COVID shots for work. I had to get a lot of things. And usually I've had a lifelong, I can't even remember when, fear of needles. Like when I was little, I used to run away. I used to kick nurses. It used to take 2 hours to get my blood like out. I used to like hide in the parking lot as I got older, and my mom would have to yell at me to come back in to do it. So definitely a big change. And like that day that I went, I was like, okay, like I can't afford to waste time doing this. I need to do these things. They just need to get done, and I can't spend 2 hours every time. And also because in the past, I could only get like one thing a year because it was so overwhelming. I was like, no, I need to do all 3. This just needs to go away. Like there's no other way. It just needs to happen. I need to get over this phobia now. So when I went in for the blood work, which was the first of the 3, I was sitting in the waiting room and I was just like, talking to myself, and I was just like, I like, this can happen right now. Like I was never afraid. This fear is done. I'm not afraid. I was never afraid. And I even like thought of like my SP or different people encouraging me, like, you can do this. Like, it's nothing. It isn't, I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything. And that was like my mantra for the time. I walked in and I sat down and I was like, I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything. And the nurse came over. She put the rubber band thing that they put on. And that usually happens to be my biggest trigger. And when she put it on, I actually freaked out for a moment. I was crying. And the nurse was like, no, like, I'm not going to do it until you calm down, which is actually weird because my whole life, like, the nurses don't actually care. They just do it anyways while I'm crying. But she was like, no, I need you to calm down, because if you start crying, you start hyperventilating, you're going to pass out. So you're going to have to calm down. So I was like, okay, let me go back to my mental diet. Like, I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything. And I just kept repeating that in my head. I don't feel anything. And picturing like the people also like saying, you don't feel anything. It's fine. It's nothing. And they did it quickly than they have ever done it in my entire life. And the funny part is I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel anything.
Wow.
And I'll say that I believed in the law of attraction because I've gotten proof of it, but I didn't believe that I wouldn't feel anything because I felt something my entire life. But my belief was stronger in the law of attraction than it was in the fact that I've never had the experience of not feeling anything. So after that, I got the 2 COVID tests, went in and out. Like I said, usually it took 2 hours to get anything done. Went in and out both times. It's such a change. And it's funny because I also was intending in the beginning how I've never been afraid. And when I told my parents so excitedly about how I did it and it took like 15 minutes, they were like, okay, so, as if it was not a big deal, because it wasn't, because I was never afraid.
Yeah. So, they're perfect. You revised it, right? You totally revised it. And then your thoughts went back in time to your parents didn't even remember freaking out. They were like, You know, it's funny. I've had that too, where people have changed their memory of the situation because I've intended it. I sat down and I said, this is how they're going to remember that situation. This is how they're going to think about it. Right. And that happens naturally when you shift from not being scared anymore. People all of a sudden they shift from you were never scared. What's that? You know, because they're you pushed out, right? And they're only going to reflect back to you what you're holding within inside yourself. I know everybody. You really know your stuff. Like, guys, she is available for coaching. Link in the description. Hurry up. She's having a sale, but it's not going to be long as she's having a sale because she's going to be really packed. But there was the other thing. I know everyone's been waiting for this because it's been requested a lot. Body changes. So can you talk a little bit about how it changed your appearance with the law of attraction?
Yeah. So it all goes down to the same thing. It goes down to belief. It's nothing works if you don't think it doesn't work, and everything that you think works is going to work. Like, you could pick a random product, you could pick a random diet, you could pick a random exercise regimen. It's not the diet, it's not the exercise, it's not the product. It's you thinking that it works. So, and that's also why certain diets work for certain people and not for others. So, I mean, I know one of the things I've changed about my appearance with law of attraction, and I have physical proof now, is when I was younger, my hair was like pin straight. And as I got older with like dyeing my hair and all these things, it got wavy. And a couple years ago, I started intending that I wanted my hair to go back to being more straight because I don't like to blow dry and iron my hair. That's a lot of work. So I wanted it to just be naturally straight so I didn't have to do it as often unless it was something special. So I basically just picked out products that I did read reviews that they work, but every product has good and bad reviews. The thing is, I only read the good reviews, and I decided that that product was going to work and it was going to make my hair go back to my natural hair texture. And as you can see, like, my hair is straight. I have not ironed it. This is like just, I washed it and I air dried it and it's straight. It was a lot wavier before, and it got rid of all the damage, but it wasn't the product. It was the fact that I decided that it was going to work.
I love it. I love it. You nailed it. You decided it was going to work. You could have decided nothing was going to work. That's the same thing with Tylenol and stuff. It's a placebo effect, right? I have a headache. I'll take a Tylenol, and before it even dissolves, my headache's gone. Why? Because I believe it's going to work. And in fact, they don't even know how Tylenol even works to prevent pain, but we believe it to work. But you nailed it. Like, and that's why I've always said is you don't have to believe in your intentions. You just need to believe in the law of attraction and have a strong belief that your thoughts create. Because I've seen way too many intentions that I haven't believed, and I've just said in passing, sometimes maybe over a glass of wine, that has shown up in my reality, and I didn't even mean it. I was just talking and joking around, and the next thing is happening, So when we do these little lists and we have enough evidence of this, we build our belief, which it may be some of you guys out there have the resistance in just believing that you can create that thing. You know what I mean? But you know what I say when I create something that I don't think I'm going to actually get, I say, no, my thoughts create, and I don't need to believe this. I just need to intend it. I'm going to get it just because I'm thinking it. And so you've still got to, we've still got to be on our mental diets to fight those thoughts of, oh, it's too big, or, oh, you're not going to get it, or, oh, da, 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 or you got to believe it. You can make this as difficult or as easy as you want. And you can get things as quickly or as slow as you want, because you create all of the timing out there. Like, you create everything. Everything's happening because you're willing it to happen at the times that you're willing to happen. And how do you know what you're willing and not willing? Is listening to yourself up here, right?
And I think, like, with body changes, a lot of people have resistance to having like either results, especially with weight loss and weight gain, because they feel like it needs to take a certain amount of time to get it, or they feel like I need to, if I don't do this much effort, I'm not going to lose weight, or if I don't do these particular exercises or diets, then I'm not going to get it. But if I decide that if I eat pizza every single day, every meal, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to lose weight, as long as I do believe that, and there's not that resistance of that pizza makes you fat.
Exactly, exactly. It's funny you say that. And sometimes you do need to be specific because your brain will take the path of least resistance. Now, everybody out there, I know I did a video not too long ago and people had noticed I've lost weight. Yes, I have lost a considerable amount of weight since February. Actually, a lot, way more than I probably should per month, up to 30 to 40 pounds in 1 month. Now, I did intend it, but I didn't intend the way that it happened. So unfortunately, I did get a little bit ill, and that actually aided in the weight loss. So I intended weight loss, but the funny thing is from years ago, I had a thought that, I remember saying to somebody, oh, well, I only lose weight if I'm sick. Like, I mean, other than that. So then path of least resistance, right? So when I noticed that happened, it was like, get on your mental diet. No, I'm healthy and I lose weight. So it's about always taking a look into your reality too, to kind of change your trajectory. Because sometimes, you'll get these partial manifestations. So mine was, I was losing weight, but not in the way I wanted to, right? Not feeling, I wanted to feel good doing it. Right. So it's about, readjusting and taking what's in our reality as well, as when, and also building our belief.
Yeah.
So amazing. Ah,
Say that one thing I do like doing sometimes is that I do like trying to find something that I find some evidence that works and then deciding that it works, kind of like how I did with my hair. I've done that with weight loss too before, where I've decided, I'm going to do yoga every day, 1 hour a week. I mean, 1 hour a day. And then I've lost like a lot of weight. And, there are people that go to the gym every single day, 4 hours.
mhm.
And I got it by doing 1 hour a day. And
Right.
not, I took like 2 to 3 days off, but it
Yeah.
was my intention behind it. And that while I was doing my yoga, I was deciding and I was thinking about how it was working. So that sped up the process. The fact that my thoughts during it were also boosting my
Oh,
results.
yeah. Oh, totally. Because if you're thinking, oh man, it's only 10 calories, this isn't working, guess what? It's not going to work. You've nailed it. You really know your stuff, Karen. This is amazing. Another success story. I was chatting with some people. Actually, one of the subscribers of the channel came out to visit me and brought a friend of hers. I think it was maybe a family member. Anyway, she told a really, really good story about, like, she works at a weight loss clinic, and the weight loss clinic, she was trying to lose weight, and the problem was it wasn't coming off because she wasn't thinking positive, and she was doing the diet, she was doing the exercise, and then they said, well, you've got to do the counseling, you've got to think positive. So then as soon as she started thinking positive, she did everything the same, but she started thinking positive, like it was going to work, and then it started working. I mean, that's exactly it, Karen. You've nailed it. You're dead on. You're the only one that creates things out there. Crystals don't give you power. You give the power to the crystal to give back to you. You create the things in your life having either power or not having power, right? But I love it because it's easier for me to say take a Tylenol to get rid of a headache and intend that the Tylenol works and put belief in that than it would be to just try to get rid of the headache on my own, even though the Tylenol's not doing it. I'm doing it because I think the Tylenol's doing it. You know what I mean? So those are interesting things that we can do to help speed up our manifestations, or, help to get us to the goal, because it's not really about how we get there. It's just about getting to our end goal and getting there, easily and effortlessly and hopefully gracefully.
Mhm.
Right? And healthy and healthy.
Yeah, and I do like to do that. If I do pick a workout regimen or something while I'm doing the exercise, I'm thinking about how it's working. Or if I pick a diet that I decide is gonna work, then I will, as I'm eating, I'm like, oh, like this diet is working, like this is so great. And I'll talk to my body, and like my body's conforming to my ideal version of my body. Like my cells are working to lose the weight that I want.
Amazing. I tell you, you're going to help so many people find so many blocks. You are amazing, Karen. Guys, such great tips from Karen. So, just to recap some of them, watch your mental diet, especially when you're eating or whatever activity you're participating in, if it's going to get you to your manifestation. Her little list, do the little list of little manifestations and mix in your big stuff. So it actually seems like it's the same as that. I love that coming. Like, I just love it. And then, guys, you know what? Check your mental diets. Is your resistance or block to something the fact that you don't believe that you're actually going to get it, or you have enough belief in the law of attraction itself? I mean, you're really believing in yourself, because you are the law of attraction. You are the universe. You are your consciousness and your reality. So one thing I just want to throw out there really quickly, to a little bit off topic, a specific person means, SP means specific person, and you can relate anything on our channel as a specific person. So if we do an SP video, you can put money as your specific person, or you can put weight loss or anything like that. So it's a specific thing that you're looking to manifest, and everything is a relationship with yourself and how you feel about it, whether it's a person, money, or a dog collar, right? Or a phobia that you're getting rid of, right? So thank you so much for being here today, Karen.
Thank you for having me.
And guys, if you're looking for coaching, link in the description below. And if you would like to ask me a magic question, you can definitely join the Patreon. I do answer the questions once a month in our YouTube lives. So guys, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.